One of my favorite things about Google Apps is that you can share and work on the same piece of work at the same time as someone else. This is called collaboration. I'm going to demonstrate this with a Google Docs piece of work. To share your work with someone else, click on the share button in the top right corner. Type in the name of the person or people you want to share your documents with. As you can see, I've gone ahead and already shared this with Standard in my class. Play on words of the word standard. Next, decide what level of control you would like to give to them. An editor is someone who is able to freely make changes to your work. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you now. I'm signed in as Standard on here, so I'm going to open it. I'm going to add something to this. Note how when I go back to my Google Chrome, it's added Standard's piece of work down here. So an editor, as I said, can make changes, any changes they want to your work. You might want to set them up as a commenter. So a commenter can suggest edits and changes to your work, but they don't have the power to make changes for themselves. So let's say, for example, make a few mistakes on purpose here. Now I'm going to go back to Standard here, who's just been changed to a commenter, and I'm going to make some suggested comments. So maybe it should be spelled like this, and you can see the comments coming up in the bottom here. I would also suggest made be spelled that way, and mistake I would suggest, oops, like that. Note how, as a commenter, you can also send little comments on to the person whose work you're working on. When I go back to my Gen Eric account, I have the option of approving or rejecting these changes. So I'm looking at what Standard said, and oh yes, I'm looking at my spelling now. I think maybe I should make these changes, so I'm going to accept these, and you can see that they all go through like that. The final level of power that you can share with someone you're sharing a document with is viewer. If you set somebody as a viewer, they can only look at the document. They cannot make any comments or suggestions, and they cannot make any changes. When someone is working on the document at the same time as you, the first letter of their name will also appear in the top right corner of the screen, as you can see here. If they're editors or commenters, you'll also notice their name and any changes they've made highlighted in a certain color on the document, as you can see below. So, using the collaboration feature, you could use this, for example, to work together on a larger project with a friend, and this can be at the same time as each other or not.